Hey guys, it's been a while. Sorry, I've been really busy. But I made a poll on K-pop Amino to see if anyone wanted to see my K-pop collection, because it's grown a lot since the first and only time I ever showed it. I wish I had enough time to show you all of my collection today, but I don't, sadly. I don't know if I told you guys, but I am a college student, so I spend a lot of my time doing school. So that cuts into a lot of my free time. Actually, right now I'm filming this between the 2 hours I have free, because I have to meet someone for a group project in about 2.5 hours. So this shelf I'm doing is my smaller shelf, but it's also, I guess, part of my top groups. These are the groups that I have multiple versions for the albums of. Because personally, I don't do that for all of the groups. But this is the shelf that I have multiple versions for. Some groups I have every single version of the album. And it also holds my top 3, which is I'll let you know when I get to them. But yes, so let's begin this. First, starting off with my top group, which is Monsta X. For this group, I own every album, every version. I'm trash. That's Trespass, if you guys did not know. And then Private, in the official version of Rush, their first mini album. Oop. Let me move this over here. And then I own the Lost and Found versions of The Clan Part 1. The Guilty and Innocent version of The Clan Part 2. And I have this one signed. Funny story behind it is a really sweet girl was doing the M-Wave. And this is before I collected. This is the reason I have multiple versions of albums now. But she was like, I really want to get in the top 5. And I was like, I don't have enough money to buy a whole bunch, but I'll buy one. And by the time she was done, she was in the top 5. So I was glad to help. And then I have all 3 versions of Beautiful. I do not remember the names of all of them. This is Hyungwon, by the way. Hyungwon is my bias. Monsta X. And then I have the repack. I don't know what it is about Monsta X. If you look into all of my bias groups, you will notice that there's a common thing, and that's all of my bias groups are dwarves. So I have the Code, both versions. I don't know. Monsta X is really, they just are so kind, and the way they interact with their fans, I don't know, melts my heart. Then I have Deja Vu. Is this what it's called? The Connect Deja Vu. I own all 4 versions. Please don't do this again, because that was expensive. And the last thing I own besides their light stick is their DVD set Monterey's. So yeah, this is all for my first shelf. I also have disbanded groups on that shelf. I'll probably do those after I do all my active groups. So the next one is... So I've been breathing hard. It's hot. Mama from EXO. EXO, it's a group I fell in love with, then fell out of love with, and fell in love with again, and I have all their albums now, so. I have EXO, XOXO. I only collect their Korean stuff. And then I have the repack of XOXO. I think this is called Growl. Probably. And then I have Overdose. And then I have Let Me Write. And then I have my two biases. For the Exodus, I have Suho and Xiumin. I also have, I have one Chinese album. And that's because my friend, a really close friend of mine, gave it to me. And it was a bias of mine who left the group, sadly. And it is Tao. I'm glad he's doing good. As a soloist, and he seems happy. That is all I could wish for. And then I own Monster and Lucky One versions of Exact. The only reason I remember those versions is because, that was a trip trying to get those. And I own the repack Lotto. I'm not sure where these go. If there's any ex-girls watching this, please tell me. But I do own Suho and Xiumin's versions of Sing For You. I only own 2 of their Christmas albums because they're the 2 I liked. I have different rules for every group I collect. That's just one of my rules for them. Is I'm gonna collect the versions of my biases, 1, and then I'm not gonna buy a Christmas album I do not like. And then I own A, being the private version of Coco Bop, The War. And then I own The War Power of Music, the repack. And the last thing I own from EXO is Universe. And if you guys want to see my photo cards, please let me know down in the comments. I just didn't feel like grabbing all of those. I didn't think I'd have time. So I'm gonna go put all of these up and grab my second shelf. And I will be right back. Okay, so I didn't tell you guys. EXO is the 3rd place on my active bias group. The active, I mean, they haven't disbanded. GOT7 is my 2nd on that group list. So I have the Weird Shapen debut album. Got It. Then I have GOT7's Got Love. And then I have both versions of Identify. huge album. Jesus. Why is that huge? I don't know. Just right. Actually, this is the first album I ever pre-ordered. I didn't see any reason to pre-order, and this is the first one I ever did because I don't know. I was like, I'll give it a try. Then I have both versions of Mad. I do not own the Christmas versions. The other Mad. I just own those. Then I have GOT7 Flight Log Departure. Both versions. I own Turbulence. And I own, can you see that? The group version. This is the only one I own because JYP, you ain't getting, how much was this? $30? You're not getting a good $300 out of me? No. For one album, no. And then I have GOT7 Flight Log Arrival. Oh, I didn't say. My bias is Jinyoung. Oh no. And then I have 7F7, all 3 versions. I should really move these. A minute. My bias is Jinyoung. Yes, and my bias records are JB, Jackson, and Yoongyun. They have all 3 versions of the Eyes on You. I also have their latest album, Lullaby, coming. I've only bought 1 version, and as long as it's a group version, I will be doing the same as I did with Turbulence, and only buying 1, because no, I ain't got the money for that. I need food. I finally got this in the mail. It took me forever to find it. Dream Night, was it pre-debut or was it right after they debuted? Drama they did. It did not come with a photo card, which is good. That's fine with me because this is out of stock everywhere. And I got JB's version because these thoughts, different colors for everyone. Supposedly this is JB's, so alright. And I have the comic books of Dream Night. Funny story, I thought I was buying, when I bought these, I thought I was buying this. But, whatever, I own the comics. My friend has had a lot of fun. The one time she looked at these, because she can, read Hangul. Someday I'll be able to read these. Get my $30 worth out of it. I also collect JBJ. I mean, not JBJ. JJ Project. I do collect JBJ, but it's not in this video. I have Bounce. I have the second release, so it didn't come with a photo card. But that's okay. And then I own JJ Projects, Verse 2. The whole JBJ, JYJ, JJ project. You're gonna hear that a lot from me if you watch a lot of my videos. My mind will be thinking one thing and my mouth's like, no, it's something. It's this. We're gonna say this. Okay, we said this. So don't mind that. This is the only group that was on my second shelf. because the rest of the shelf is disbanded groups. Like I said, I'm gonna do those last. So I'm gonna go on to my third shelf. I'll be right back. Alrighty, this is the last group before my disbanded top groups. So it's BTS. I have their debut album, and I have Oh, Are You Late Too? School Love Affair. Dark and Wild. The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Part 1. The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Part 2. And then I have the repack, Young Forever. And I have all for 4 versions of Wings. I promise I know how to speak. And then I have the repack. I do not own their last album with Idol on it because I am not a huge fan of Idol. Actually, I haven't been a huge fan of the title tracks of late. Oh no, this is the wrong order. But I have all 4 versions of Love Yourself a Tear, as well as all 4 versions of Love Yourself Her. I think, I don't know, I really liked, the reason I bought these is because I'm a huge fan. I love them very much. But I just could not do it this time because I listened to sides. It was a repack, so I didn't really have many new songs. I didn't like any of the new songs. That's just my taste, my opinion. Obviously, I love them. I have every single album, every single version of all the other albums. My bias is Jin. They used to be in my top 4. They've sadly dropped to there's all my top 10, but I can't tell you exactly where in my top 10 they are. I still love them dearly. I still listen to their old music a lot, and I've tried to listen to Idol a lot. The meaning behind it I like. But I have BTS Memories of 2014, BTS Memories of 2015, and BTS Memories of 2016. Like I said, I do love them dearly still. But I don't know. The way they've turned, I'm not a huge fan of. Personal opinion. I still hold out hope that when they come back again, I will like it. I didn't like DNA. I don't like Idol. I liked Fake Love. But yeah. That is it for my third shelf, because they take up pretty much the whole shelf. And I will get my disbanded groups. So, one more pause. Okay, these are the last 3 groups. I'm going to be showing it in order they disbanded. And this one has a lot of signed albums. For their first one, it was because I had bought them a year or so after they disbanded, if not longer. And there weren't really any albums that were for sale that weren't signed by them. So, first we have The Legend. And I have their behind the scenes MV thing, I believe. That's what this is. And then their second album, which was Shadow. What was the first album called? I don't know. But for this one, I also have their behind the scenes of the MV. I miss them a lot. I know Listen, which was one of the members, is a wedding singer now. Jaehook is a producer. Roy, who was a Chinese member, went back to China, and he was in the Chinese version of Produce 101. Sadly, he did not make it into the group, but he was there. This is the last album. What am I doing? Okay. This is the second to last album of The Legend. Nell, I think is the name of this one. Remember, this is the last album from The Legend before they disbanded. And it's called Sound Up. This one is going to have a very similar story to why they disbanded. Next to one of the other groups. And it was because their company was crappy. They didn't pay for their house. They didn't pay them food. They didn't pay for their food. They didn't pay them at all. So they sued the company. I believe their CEO is in jail for fraud. Or was that Madtown? Might be both, honestly. No, that was Madtown. But yeah, I missed them. The next one I do not have all of their albums, sadly, because by the time I got into them, it was really hard to find their old albums. And it's History. I found this one this summer, just now. It's not one of my favorite albums by them, but I like it all the same. The only other 2 albums I have from them is the one I got into them on, and the only comeback I had with them. So I have Beyond the History, the 4th mini. This one has Might Just Die on it, so if you guys know that, it's that song where they're breathing really hard and they grind on the ground and they lift them shirts up. And then their last album, Him. And I have it signed. A lot of people don't know, but let me see if I can find a picture of him in one of the albums. Ejong, I believe is how you say his name. Don't mind me. I'm not very good at pronunciations. He is also known as J Pearl now. He is a producer. If there's any armies, he produced Dang, and a lot of you guys shipped him with Suga, and you guys also hated on him. Whoa! There we go. There we go. When he said, "I am straight." Yeah. That is him back when he was an idol. Oh, and I also got him for my full size. I could have showed you that. These came with a postcard, I guess, and I got him. He was my bias. I still follow him to this day. But whatever he does. He has produced a lot of songs for famous people. If you ever want to know what they are, just comment below and I will let you know. And then the last group I have is Madtown. I loved Madtown. I loved them for a very long time. I started collecting them, again, a little bit too late. I started collecting them during Oh My God Thanks, which did not have a physical release, which I was really upset about. These two were actually Christmas presents from a dear friend of mine. She has a K-pop YouTube channel called K-pop Lunatics. I don't think she updates anymore because her life is busy. My bias is Daewon. So I get to watch him in UNB until they disband. And again, I have a signed copy of their last album. But that is all from my small shelf of my Ultimate groups. I have other Ultimate groups on my other shelf, but these just take up way more space because I'm extra. And they have a really big collection of stuff. But I will be hopefully updating you guys on my other half of my collection. Later next weekend, hopefully. If not next weekend, the weekend after that. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. And K-pop is a family.